Hi there, welcome back to Kelly Martin Speaks. This is video two of my grief journey. My day today, I woke up in panic and anxiety and fear, worry of my future, financial future, challenges ahead. Try to stay present. It's not easy. Um, Fear and anxiety on top of grief, generalized fear is not the best combination. So I went and saw a friend today, met her for coffee. It's nice. But one of the things you probably feel and experience is that you are not really there. I mean, you're there, but you're not able to experience the lightness of interactions with friends like you used to because your heart feels heavy, your body feels heavy. It's like it's like the brightness is taken out of the world. Everything's grey, sometimes black. Uh, Today is a beautiful sunshiny day. It's blue sky, but I hardly felt it. I saw my friend's puppy, stroked it, saw my other friend's dog, stroked its head. Didn't feel the things I used to from being with animals. I love animals, but grief just kind of goes, bleh, makes you feel really, really tired at times. And it's like you really want things to be different. You wish you could just sort of peel off this layer of heaviness, this skin of grief, and just sort of peel it off. And you're left with this light person inside, the person that you remember, that you used to be. But grief does change you. And I don't feel like I'll always have this cloud or this skin over me. It will be peeled back, maybe just a little bit at a time, and I'll start to see little bits of light and feel little bits of light. But for now, it's like I'm immersed in a cocoon of it most of the time, most of the time. Now, my dad died when I was 26, and that I forgot to say it in my first video, but I've had three major main deaths in my life, and my dad's death rocked my world. Uh, I always kind of connected to my dad. Didn't really connect with the rest of my family so much. My heart doesn't didn't connect. We were a bit of an outsider, a bit of a black sheep. I just never really fitted in with my family. And but my dad, even though he didn't really say much, I always felt like we were on the same sort of link. We're synced in many ways. So when I got the shocking news that he died, it was December the 1st, 2000 2002, I think. Uh, that knocked me completely. And I had years of grief. I'm hoping that this period of grief doesn't last as long because I felt like I had a cloud and skin over me for a lot longer. And but I did come through that. I came out of it, so I know it's possible that we can come through it. And loss of a parent, it's especially one that you're really connected to, is really hard. Some people are best friends with their parents. Same with a child. So anyone that you're really, really close to, I found that the death of Michael is different to the grief from my dad. And that's the thing with grief, it's different with whoever has passed away. With my dad, it was just like this little inner child was just screaming, "Oh my God, daddy's gone, daddy's gone." And she was in so much pain over that and felt like almost she'd been orphaned overnight, like she didn't have any other family. Her main family had gone. So that was really hard to go through. This time, guess it's experiencing what my mother did, but my mother sort of went on antidepressants and things to get through it. It's it's the everything when it's a partner. Same with a child, I imagine. He was my best friend. We weren't partners as such, but we were like husband and wife, but in a non-romantic sense. We lived together. He had his own bedroom. I had my own bedroom. We just hugged each other. We held each other. He held my hand. If I was upset, he'd hold me. He'd cook. He'd look after the house. I always felt like safe in his massive aura, and it was just full of love. And it's a completely different loss. It's I'm missing the presence of him in my life 24/7 and walking around the house, not seeing him there, but also seeing him there, seeing the memories of him there. Looking through my recipe book, trying to find a recipe because he was the cook and trying to find out how to make certain things and finding his writing in the recipe book just makes made me fall, um, burst into tears and just little things. And I sit at home and when it's really quiet and I haven't got television on at all, I don't put it on till the evening and it's just so quiet. In the past, it was lovely to have that quiet, but now it's like all encompassing. It's like the quiet and realizing he's not there. And it's a different type of quiet. And like many that's lost partners, husbands, best friends, children, it's just that physical connection, isn't it? I really miss the hugs he gave me, no matter what. And I miss what I used to do before I used to go to bed. And he used to come in my room. I'd be in bed, and he'd come and he'd kiss me on the forehead, and it was beautiful. I felt like he was giving me a little protection on my third eye, and or I would go into his room and give him a hug good night. These things are really hard to not long for and not get locked in to that past. I know I'm not to hold on to the past, to move forward still in my life, but at the same time, it's not easy just to get rid of. You don't want to get rid of the memories, but it's not easy to not be triggered by so many things like music. People are out and about enjoying themselves with their families, and whatever grief you've got, you get triggered by so many things, don't you? I just wanted to just share how my day's been today, and that even when it seems and it appears like it should be a beautiful day, that it doesn't necessarily happen like that. And I also wanted to add that one of the things you might have noticed that after the first month, after the funeral or the cremation or the honouring, you probably found that friends disappeared or well-meaning people disappeared. So many people would say, get in touch with me if you need some help, Kelly. Give me a call if you need anything. And I know for a fact you'd be thinking, why should I have to call you? It's not a case of we have to reach out. You should be reaching towards us. We're not in any state to reach out to you. Most of us are exhausted from the grief. It's just hard enough getting out of bed, getting dressed, getting on with things. But to have that added burden, and it's the same with if you're depressed, not just from grief, but just depression in general. When someone's going through some sort of life crisis or mental health issues, they shouldn't be reaching out to anyone. It is the job of those that supposedly love them and care for them to reach in. So I really hope that you have at least one person that reaches into you. And if you don't, see if you can get some support, be it from a grief support group locally, online, whatever you need, just to get somewhere you can offload and just be yourself around people. Be yourself around people. Because not many people can just let you be what you are. They want you to cheer up, to let go, to move on, to make them feel comfortable, to get back to your old self. You'll probably find as you get older that more people understand what you're going through. It's when it happens when you're younger, especially, that your younger friends don't get it because many of them haven't experienced loss yet. They might have lost an aunt or an uncle or a distant relative or a distant friend or a pet, but not one they're really close to. They've not experienced the deep depth of loss. And when they have, then they'll understand. And actually, even some don't understand then, because some people lose major, major people in their lives and they don't want to face it. So they drink, they do alcohol, they do drugs, um, they distract through television, overeating, undereating, and especially overworking. Some people just throw themselves straight into work. But many years down the line, or even a short while down the line, they're going to feel something because often unprocessed grief can manifest as health issues, be it in the heart, be it in other parts of the body, in the mind. Um, that's what happens. So I hope this has just helped anyone that might be going through the same and understands what it's like. And anybody that really loves someone who's grieving right now, maybe then you can give them what they need and help them express to you what they need from you and follow up on that. Sometimes you've got to give them pointers, what is it you need? I mean, I didn't know what I needed at the time. I know what I really valued in the beginning was just pe people bringing me food. There's only one person that did it, but bringing me food that I could just heat up and somebody taking me out to sort of to the forest, to the woods, out in nature where I didn't have to interact with large groups of people. And they understood that I couldn't do group socials. And they understood that some days I had to cancel on them because I was in too much pain. Just to understand these little things, but just to keep inviting that person who's grieving, keep inviting them into your world. They will really appreciate that. I wish people would invite me into their worlds at the minute. They're not doing it right now. I'm still having to reach out. I could do with just someone saying to me, Kelly, I'm off out for a walk tomorrow in the Forest of Dean, near where I live. Do you want to come along for a walk? I'm going to walk my dog. Those are the sort of things I'd relish. Or if someone said, I'm going for a coffee out, do you want to come for coffee? Um, and that's it. It's so simple. We just need simple things, things that keep us part of life. Otherwise, it just makes us feel very isolated. Anyway, thank you for watching my second video of the grief journey. I hope that we all rise into rebirth together, no matter how long it takes, no matter how hard it is, and understand that we're not alone in this, and you're not alone. My love to you.